White House says Iran, actively facilitating some attacks on U.S. military bases.
This post received a score of 12,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than, we know Iran's goal is to maintain some level of deniability here, but we're not going to allow them to do that, Kirby said. We also are not going to allow any threat to our interests in the region to go unchallenged. Well, time to start planning that victory garden.
US, Israel have had air drills on that topic exactly. The annual Victory Garden drills. Gotta love them.
Sky tomatoes,
mushroom clouds,
Spud missiles,
melon mortars,
green beret beans,
eggplants. That's it. That's the weapon.
Kill people kale.
People don't realize US Army and Army National Guard soldiers are still doing combat deployments to the sandbox on ISIS hunting missions and occasionally take fire from Iranian proxies.
What's the sandbox? Middle East?
Yes. The guys fighting ISIS right now are mostly in Syria, although Iraq also sometimes gets a little hairy.
Approximately 900 troops in Syria, and I am a tad worried Americans will all learn this at the same time in the next few weeks.
Well, the last time someone fucked around with U.S. troops in Syria, it resulted in 500 dead Russians.
Think the total dead was actually way more than that. If I recall correctly, there wasn't a single American casualty in that battle. All it takes is one drone or missile to break through air defenses and kill a bunch of American troops. If that happens in this environment, God help us.
The only casualty was a local in the US base. His injury was from tripping.
The injury was a sprained ankle, at that. Routine medevac level. Maybe priority, but not urgent.
I wonder what a proportionate response from the US would be.
Relevant West Wing.
That episode aired before 9/11. It was Season 1, Episode 3, 1999. America did, in fact, come back with total disaster.
And the idea for that scene first manifested in The American President, 1995, also written by Sorkin.
Iran would be so great if its leaders were not such turds.
Right? Every Persian person I have ever met has been great.
Fantastic culture. Horrible religion, their particular theocratic version. Not all.
Every Iranian I've ever met hasn't been religious and fucking hates their government. It's crazy too because their government bitch and moan about how shit the West is but then send their kids to school here.
That's partially because you've met Iranians smart enough to leave.
I mean, there's a good chance you're just talking to the Iranian diaspora from the 1979 revolution. They absolutely hate the regime, but that's not the attitude of every Iranian. It'd be like talking to Cubans in Florida and assuming that's the attitude of every Cuban. I do think a majority of Iranians would be happy to see the regime fall, though.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.